Elbow treatment. Okay, very well. Now we're going to look at how to treat elbow pain. It may happen to you that some people may come to you with an inflammation or with a constant pain in a given body part. So you will have to identify the exact spot where it hurts. But first, I want to show you the bones that make up this joint, which is quite complex. Here we are. The bone that you see standing upright in the screen is the humerus. In other words, this is the bone that constitutes your arm. Now, this is structured into the ulnus or elbow bone and the radius. Now we have to understand how to relieve pain in this joint, which is quite complex, and we have to increase its mobility. Okay? Okay, so we have to use our palpé roulé technique throughout the joint area. So we will need to start from the arm all the way to the forearm. Once you have applied this technique, then you will have to try to figure out where it's most painful and continue on that spot for 5 or 6 minutes. Then you can also ask your customer where it hurts. Sometimes this can be above the elbow, other times below the elbow. So if it is under the elbow, then you will ask the person to turn face down, and then you will focus on the lower part of the elbow. This is a blow up, and you can see I'm doing the palpé roulé technique in the forearm and then on the part above the elbow, so in the arm. Using this technique, you will improve significantly the circulation in the body part. You will relieve the tension and you will relieve pain. Stripping of the joint. Now we have to strip the muscle structure that wraps around the joint, both above and below. Now look at these pictures so you will understand how to do this. You see, I hold the arm secure against the massage cot, and then with my right hand and with the tip of my fingers, I strip from the elbow all the way to about mid-arm. So you see I'm stretching it so that I can loosen also the deeper fascias. Be careful with your toenails. They should be properly filed so that you don't scratch the customer. Then I will work above. You see, I am applying a lot of pressure here. Obviously, you will have to measure out your strength depending on the customer that is receiving the treatment. Now here I have my big gym customer, so obviously I'm applying a lot of pressure. But if it's somebody who is like a 40-kilo customer, then obviously you're going to try to apply less pressure. So always start from the elbow, from the joint. And then you do this stripping, moving outwards. You can see this picture here. It's very clear. Now here I'm working mostly with my fingers. The elbow is only guiding my hand. See, I did the lower part. Now I'm going to work on the central part. This is the high or top part of the elbow, and you can see I move all the way up to the mid arm. You can divide the elbow into different sections at pleasure, depending on how painful it is. I usually work a lot on, I usually have divided into the lower, the central, and the upper section. This is the lower section. Now, here you work towards the elbow so that you can loosen these deeper fascias. Passive exercise. Okay, so after you have freed and loosened the joint, now you have to loosen the movement. So I took the customer's arm with my right hand at his wrist. So I have his forearm in my hand. With the other hand, I rest his elbow on it, and then I start to do this passive exercise. See these circles? They start small and then slowly bigger. So you do them in one direction and then in the other. Extension and flexing. After you have done this for 2 or 3 minutes, you have to bend and flex the elbow. So you press against the shoulder easily because it may hurt. Some people cannot extend their arm like this. This is the forearm area. So you bend again and you try to increase this opening without applying too much pressure. So these are all the things that you need to do to improve and eventually solve elbow problems. It's a very short video. I've taught you all the various steps, so it will be very easy for you to put everything into practice. Now let's move on to the next video.